scene of absolute devastation here at the waterfront in Tacloban. The wind's really still blowing, but the power of the storm surge, it's almost like a tsunami hit this area. Unfortunately, they are pulling bodies out of the rubble behind me. Seen at least 2 so far in the last half an hour, and people are just sifting through the debris, trying to retrieve whatever remains belongings they can find. It's truly devastated this community.
And that was the words of James Reynolds only hours after Typhoon Haiyan slammed the coast of Leyte there in Tacloban. Just widespread reports of damage are being seen today all across the Philippines. A shortage of food, medical supplies, and, well, a looting has been taking place as well. So it's a very serious, still very dangerous situation in the aftermath of the most powerful typhoon, or one of the most powerful typhoons to ever slam the Philippines. And, well, today we're going to be talking about not just the aftermath, but I think in this update I want to concentrate on the weather, because we have a new tropical depression forming just towards the south of Palau. Now, this is expected to remain weak. It's not going to be anything too intense, but the problem is it will be surging in some moisture and some heavy rainfall there across southern portions of Visayas, northern Mindanao. Also, we still have the remnants of our severe tropical storm now, Haiyan. It's no longer a typhoon. It's a severe tropical storm. It has made landfall there in northern Vietnam, pushing off there towards Guangdong and southern China. Still bringing some pretty heavy rainfall, though. We can see here on China's radar, actually, some areas seeing upwards of about 50 millimeters an hour, so a very serious risk of flooding as this does head off there towards the northeast, and it's going to quickly dissipate. We're going to see a lot of dry air. See all this dry air up towards the north. That's going to wrap in around this, and what we're going to be seeing is a rapid de-intensification of this. It's really just going to be a fading out and good riddance on this storm system. But for those on the ground here, there in southern China, you are still seeing, well, it's not a day you want to be heading outside anytime soon. Winds still about 55, gusting up to 80 knots, so severe tropical storm strength, about the equivalent we were seeing in Manila here on Friday night when the storm passed there towards the south. But as you can see here, by basically going into Monday evening here, this is a tropical depression. It completely fades out from existence. So with that said, we now take our gaze from this storm system when we shift it out here towards Palau. Now, like I said, this area here, it's nothing too special. And as far as tropical systems go, it is really on the lower end of the scale. It's a tropical depression, very well could become Tropical Storm Padul going through the next 24 hours. Pagasa as well has named it Tropical Depression Zoraida. Now, it is pulling off there towards the northwest, but they do expect it to maintain this weaker intensity, making landfall there in northern Mindanao. This track, pretty accurate, and I do think this is what's going to happen. The problem is that we're going to be seeing a very loose and disorganized circulation around it. So on the northern periphery, we're going to be getting moisture pulled out of the Pacific Ocean, out of the Philippine Sea here. And then once that comes on shore, we're looking at the risk of flooding there across some of the most severely hit areas from this typhoon. We can see here from the GFS model outlook, actually, with that center of circulation still farther down there towards the south, making landfall there in Mindanao. But once again, I don't think Mindanao is really going to be seeing the worst of it. It is these strong winds you see on the northern periphery. It's this gradient-induced winds, actually, because there's a strong high pressure, which is surging south there out of China. You can see it right off here towards the north. Actually, these strong winds coming in there across the Sea of Japan. Well, as that cold surge pushes down there towards the south, we have a low pressure area here, high pressure area here. That sets up strong gradient induced winds that are going to be hitting the Philippines and also grabbing moisture and causing the risk of heavy rainfall there across portions of Visayas as that moisture surges on shore here on Tuesday. So it's not a severe storm system by any means, but it is because the infrastructure out here is in shambles. You do not need any rain showers. You do not need any form of tropical activity. What they need there is just sunny skies and calm winds, but this is going to be bringing some foul weather, and it's something that they need to be prepared for. Make sure that people are just out of the weather during this, because the area is still prone to flooding, is still very prone to landslides, and there is no infrastructure to support any of this at this time. So with that said, we really want to continue to monitor this new storm. It's a weak one, but it is going to be causing some problems. So with that said, that is all for right now, everybody. Just a reminder that cold surge I'm talking about coming in from the north is making things very chilly across much of Japan, Korea, northeastern China. So just do prepared for that. Have a coat ready because winter is starting to set in. Meanwhile, though, after the storm does impact the Philippines, it also poses a risk of bringing some heavy rainfall and some pretty gusty winds to southern portions of Vietnam. So we want to watch that throughout the rest of the week. And lastly, putting the final touches on the Westpac Weather Meet and Greet, which is going on Saturday in Manila. I know the main topic of the conversations will be, but we are going to still organize some other stuff. So stay safe out there, everybody, and thank you for watching.